In this video, I'll show you how to make your own DIY hand sanitizer using some common ingredients you might already have in your home. We will also look at the CDC guidelines for the alcohol content you need in hand sanitizer. I also did the math for you so you can easily measure out the ingredients using common kitchen tools. It's important to note that the most effective way to wash your hands is with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. If you don't have soap and water, using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer is a good alternative. Looking at the CDC website, it shows that they recently updated the recommendations for the concentration of alcohol related to hand sanitizer. It's dated March 14th, 2020. CDC recommends the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizers with greater than 60% ethanol or 70% isopropanol as the preferred form of hand hygiene in healthcare settings. I created this chart with specific desired strengths that match up with tablespoon and teaspoon measurements. These percentages also fall within CDC guidelines. This chart is mainly for the isopropyl alcohol that I have, but if you can find 91% or 99% ethanol, the formulation still works and is still CDC compliant. In this video, I'm making 2 batches of 72% hand sanitizer using isopropanol. The first is with aloe vera gel and the second with glycerin. If you want a higher strength version, you can use the 75.8% formulation. Note that the percentage of glycerin used is about 2% of the total volume. The only tools you'll need is a measuring cup, tablespoon, and teaspoon. Also, it might be useful to note the relationship between tablespoons, teaspoons, and cups. Now, I found it easier to first add the moisturizer to the measuring cup, and since you already know the total volume is 1 cup, just add the base alcohol until it reaches the 1 cup mark on the measuring cup, and then you're done. Just make sure you mix it well. Now, here's how I did the math. 72% is the concentration I want, 91% is the base alcohol I already have. Take 72 divided by 91, you get 0.791. Multiply that by 100, you get 79%. This is the percentage of 1 cup of base alcohol you need. The remaining 21% of 1 cup is the moisturizer. I'm using 100% aloe vera gel. Note that 48 teaspoons is equal to 1 cup. From my chart, I'm using 3/4 of a cup plus 2 teaspoons base alcohol, which is the same as 38 over 48 teaspoons. This gives me 0.791 times 100, and that equals to 79%. For the moisturizer, I used 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon, which is 10 over 48 teaspoons. That equals 0.208 times 100. That equals to 21%. When using an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, it's recommended you include a skin moisturizer. Using straight alcohol repeatedly can make your skin very dry and can cause irritation. I'm making a 1 cup batch of 72% concentration isopropyl alcohol hand sanitizer. I'm using a 91% isopropyl alcohol as the base alcohol. I'm also using a 100% aloe vera gel for the moisturizer. Some containers to store the final hand sanitizer. Okay, the first ingredient is 10 teaspoons of aloe vera gel, but it might make it easier to utilize a tablespoon. It'll make it a little quicker because 3 teaspoons is equivalent to 1 tablespoon. So for 10 teaspoons, it'll be 3 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon. Okay, I have the 3 tablespoons of aloe vera gel in the measuring cup, and I just need to add in 1 teaspoon. Okay, here's about 1 teaspoon. Okay, now I have a total of 10 teaspoons of aloe vera gel in the measuring cup. Now all I have to do is take my 91% base alcohol and fill it up to the 1 cup line. So that's about 1 cup. And I'm going to take my measuring spoons and I'm going to clean them up by using them to stir and mix. And this is my 1 cup of 72% concentration hand sanitizer with aloe vera gel as the moisturizer. Now you might find some white stuff that builds up or precipitates out. You can just pour this out into a separate container, remove it, and then pour it back into the container. So if you wanted to use glycerin, this is the glycerin that I'm using. It's a vegetable glycerin. And the ingredients is just glycerin. Now I looked at 2 formulations recommended by the World Health Organization, and the average percentage of glycerin used is about 1.7% of the total volume. I basically took the average of the 2 formulations. You should have some wiggle room on how much glycerin you want to use, depending on the texture you want in your hand sanitizer. Another ingredient that you'll need is purified water. So if you look at the recipe using 21% of 1 cup aloe vera gel, you can replace the 21% gel with 1.7% glycerin and 19.35% purified water. If you rounded up the 1.7 to maybe 2%, it'll make the formulation easier. Everything comes out to 1 teaspoon of glycerin, 9 teaspoons of purified water, and 38 teaspoons of 91% base alcohol. The total volume will be 1 cup. Okay, I need 9 teaspoons of purified water. That's equivalent to 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of water into the measuring cup. Now I need 1 teaspoon of glycerin. I'm using vegetable glycerin. And now I'm adding the 91% isopropyl alcohol. All I need to do is fill it up to the 1 cup mark. And that's 1 cup. Mix it well. Here's the 72% isopropyl alcohol hand sanitizer with glycerin. And don't forget to put labels on your containers so you know what's in the container. In my opinion, using glycerin was the best option as a moisturizer. It mixes well with alcohol. You don't have any precipitation. It's syrupy, but it pours like a liquid, and you only need a small amount. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. Please like and subscribe, and be safe.